Historic Anthologies 4 is so unbelievably bad, I kind of thought it was a joke. I checked the dates and everything. I was like, is this April 1st already? What the living fuck is this? I am a tiny bit late to this whole discussion, this whole news. I took a bit of time off last week, had some family stuff to do, and therefore could not keep up with all of the ongoing Magic news. But Historic Bundle 4, Historic Anthologies 4, came out on the 11th, last Thursday. It's now Monday. Incredibly out of date, am I right? But anyway, let's talk quickly about what it is. Historical anthologies are collections of cards, in this case 25 cards. You can buy them on the store, you get 4 copies of each, and they inject cards directly into Historic. Historic is Arena's non-rotating, non-standard set. It's the thing where pretty much everything that's available on Arena is playable in this format, barring bans, and of course the occasional card like Soul Rings and Power 9 that were in some of the dual event things. Historic is a lot of fun. It is an interesting alternative to Modern and Legacy because it has its own identity. For example, Muxus and Phyrexian Tower are both legal in Historic, where they're not legal in in Modern, sorry, and it differs from Legacy just in many, many ways because the card pool is so varied and different. On the whole, I've been incredibly positive about the anthologies in general because they've added a lot of cool and interesting cards to Historic and allowed you to pick them all up at once, which makes them a good deal as opposed to trying to pick up all the wild-carded versions of them. However, this anthology is fucking strange. Weirdly, White got the best end of the stick, as it were, with Declaration in Stone and Thraben Inspector being cards that I assume would have been coming in some sort of Shadows over Innistrad or Innistrad remastered block set further down the line, so perhaps it's being programmed this far ahead, and these are some of the things they can put out ahead of it. Meanwhile, everyone else just got complete garbage for the most part. Death Shadow is the most famous of the cards in there in terms of other archetypes and other formats, Death Shadow being a popular deck in both Modern and Legacy. Whether it'll have enough support in Historic, I don't think it will, so it won't be a meta-defining card like it is in those formats. But barring Death Shadow, there is almost nothing in this anthology that will affect Historic in any meaningful way. And I'm not just saying that every Historic anthology should like spawn 4 or 5 archetypes. If anything, they probably shouldn't adjust the metagame that much because it'd be frustrating if you're really invested in Historic and each and every anthology just completely turns the whole thing on its head. It's clear to see they've added some stuff that is for certain archetypes, right? There's snow things, Cold Steel, Heart, some other snow stuff. What's the other snow stuff? Iceberg, Crab, and Marat Lage's Slumber Party. I get that. So that's something. And those could form some form of deck. So that's good. I like to see them expand archetypes like Snow that have just grown out of Counter. And whilst Flameblade Adept has seen lots of play in the past in Hollow 1 decks in Modern, for example, and will help them probably see play further down the line as more cycling and discard cards come into the format, it's alongside other weird cards that were essentially just things that weren't in Amonkhet Remastered. Faith of the Devoted, Torment of Scarabs, these are all like limited cards that for some reason didn't show up in Amonkhet Remastered. Amit Eternal, I don't even know what to say. Like what? It's a zombie crocodile demon. Did anyone want this? There's an unplayable elf in Liss Alana Huntmaster and a pretty good elf and Abomination of Llanowar. It sounds like it's a mixed bag, right, from what I'm saying, but it's not. Think Twice, Spider Spawning, like these are all limited cards. What it looks like to me is that we got a lot of cards that were going to be in Amonkhet Remastered, but they were cut late in development. They were programmed in, but they were cut late in development to allow other cards to be put into that card file in that format. These cards are in the system, they're not very exciting, but they want to sell them to you, so they put them in Historic Anthologies 4. Then on top of that, we've got cards that are getting programmed in for the Arena Cubes, things like Think Twice and Spider Spawning, so they're included. Sprinkling some Snow support cards, that was probably intended to support Kaldheim, so I like that. Body and Mind, Gavalinia, Bone Splitter, all these things again feel like cube inclusions as opposed to things that will have any effect on Constructed. There's some memes and harmless offering, there's perhaps a Gladiator or Brawl playable Sawdust Demolisher, and I guess I'm being unfair if I don't mention that Blink Moth Nexus is a real Magic card that actually adds another creature land to the format. In short, it feels like a collection of cards that were cut from the card file of Amonkhet Remastered, and a load of cards that were being programmed in for Arena Cube, and that's it, really. And a couple of, rares sprinkled in like Death Shadow and other shit. It's funny, really, because I guess they don't want to put in any of the good decent rares that are probably coming to Historic over the next 12 to 24 months that have already been began work on or being programmed in, because those things will sell packs of Historic Masters, which is a thing that's coming. So in short, it just strikes me that they didn't really know what to do with Historic Anthologies 4, so they just sold you a load of cards that they already had ready, like lying around almost. Things that were already programmed, but no one asked or wanted. If I wasn't a content creator about to make some Historic content and stream Gladiator and stuff like that, I wouldn't pick this shit up. I think this is a really fucking bad anthology. It's kind of insulting. It generally feels like just the dregs of other projects that are going on in the background. Now, don't forget, obviously, Historic cards don't just filter into Historic. We remember they filter into Gladiator as well, which is a format I'm loving. I'm playing it on my Discord, I'm playing on CFB. There's an active Discord for Gladiator itself. So they are filtering into Gladiator. If you don't know what Gladiator is, it's the 100 card singleton format that uses the Historic legality with a small ban list. It's a lot of fun because Highlander formats are just fun. It's currently community-led, it's community homegrown. I hope one day there'll be a queue for it on Arena as they pick it up, much like they did with Commander in the past. I just think that Anthologies is pretty fucking insulting. It's a shit product, and I don't think people should buy it unless they really, really, really want to play like 5 or 6 of these cards. It's probably... If you just want Blinkmoth Nexus playset and a Thraben Inspector playset, then perhaps it's worth it because wildcard economies on Arena are so garbage. It doesn't instill me with confidence though, seeing a supplementary product like this for Historic, that they actually care about supporting Historic in the long run. And I've also got my concerns around how badly the Arena client was broken by recent updates, with people not being able to leave deck builders, visual problems, and all sorts of shit over the weekend. I've had this thought for a while that with competitive Magic kind of on the low right now, on the back burner, and no talk of esports from Wizards of the Coast themselves, barring like the continued use of the MPL, I'm wondering if they'll peel back on that stuff soon. The reason I say this is because Magic is making money hand over fist during a global pandemic. The two, I guess, ongoing factors in that could be Arena, but also Commander. And if Commander is seen as the future way of monetizing and growing Magic, then it might be that Arena and competitive Magic are just put on the back burner. And the same way that Magic the Gathering Online has been ignored for the longest time. I say ignored, has had the bare minimum, sometimes less than the bare minimum to work, input or effort or money put into it. And I'm just scared we might see the same go for Arena. It's just a predatory client where they don't really give a shit about the extra formats that are on there, like example, Historic. It's just a bit of conjecture. Maybe I'm in a very cynical and negative mood this morning. I've got a headache and I need to record some Historic gameplay now. I was just shocked when I looked deeply in at Historic Anthologies 4 for what I could play for videos coming up. I was shocked at how shit it really was. It is garbage. It's actually a joke. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can you enjoy videos that are this fucking negative? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button down below. Let me know in the comment section, am I being too harsh? Were you shocked at how shit the Anthologies was? And did you have problems actually playing Arena over the weekend? I'd love to hear that all from you in the comments below, because that's engagement. Without engagement, I will die. I will shrivel up and cease to exist. Thanks for watching.